Feeling rested, I arrived at the Gek station, and headed to the cartographer. The Gek, Duvign, seemed a happy chirpy little chap, so I asked about the Gek history. Clearly a typical Gek, Duvign makes it quite clear that information is gonna cost me. They tell me that we can have a deal if I do some errands for him, pointing me in the direction of the mission agent. I was expecting as much, so heading down the hall, I check out the available options. The only Gek mission was to feed some creatures, nice and easy money though, as they were giving 90k for doing it. Hopping in my ship, I set the star nav to the nearest fauna planet, but no sooner had I left the station, I received an incoming transmission from Apollo. They apologized for contacting me, sounding worried. There's static in the transmission, and I think they say they can't feel their legs? I ask if they're alright, but all I can make out, is that something won't let them leave? I ask what they see. Apollo says the Atlas showed them their soul. Oh crap! They stare at me, as if seeing me for the first time. Eventually they speak, but in a language I don't understand, passionate and higher. I don't know what, but something fills me with hope, both for my friend, and for all life. I end the transmission. Let's go feed some critters. Heading back to the beautiful planet Soburnem, I spot a temple-like structure, with clear landing, so set the ship down. It doesn't take me long to find some creatures, so crafting some pellets, I set about feeding the little buggers. Night is drawing in, so I should be a little careful that I don't also end up as dinner. With the creatures fed, and their little tummies full, I feel a nice sense of pride, of a job well done. Deciding to investigate the temple-like structure, I boost to the first level and then, like a loser, take the stairs. Looking up in awe at the temple and stars, I'm horrified to see a giant stone Gek head behind me. No time to dilly-daddle, I set the autopilot to return to the space station, whilst I enjoy some fresh, warm, wild milk. Creature feeding has its benefits. I hand in the mission logs, and look for the next available Gek mission. Pirate hunting, just what the doctor ordered, and they want to pay me 40k too? Priming the photon cannon, I head out into the expanse. I've been given a beacon, so I can find where the pirate scum are hiding. The crafty buggers, hiding out in a derelict freighter masked by an asteroid field. Let's have some fun! There's plenty of them, but with some Top Gun style flying, and a happy trigger finger, they melt pretty quick. With only a few pirates left, I can't help thinking, that I really need to upgrade the ship's weapons, to something with a little more punch. Last one down, so let's return to see the cartographer. I hand in the mission log and the little chap seems pleased, so I head back to Duvign. Duvign gleams, and excitedly says I have been making him rich, calling me a fearless adventurer. Well, I don't like to boast, but think that's pretty accurate. I ask about the Gek history, but Duvign tries to brush off the question. Stating that I must have been talking to Viking warriors, and that all they do is slander the Gek, refusing to forgive them for the past, Duvign asks why I persist. They state the Gek are different now, they have changed. I ask why, but Duvign just asks why I care? They seem disturbed by my questions, and it's clear they don't want to discuss the past, so I ask about the 16. I can suddenly smell a sticky sweet pheromone. I try to resist, holding my breath, but it's too late. Duvign says the Gek did not change, they were invaded. Suddenly I'm on Balaran, the home world of the Gek. I'm standing in the center of the first Spawn Empire, witnessing events that happened long ago. Duvign is here, tears streaming down their cheeks. I see Korvax moving between Gek spawning pools, at each one they cut into themselves, nanite clusters falling into the Gek embryonic fluid. I suddenly understand. The fall of the Gek, their conversion to the Atlas, the release of the Korvax. It was not redemption, it was revolution. The Korvax sacrificed their immortality, mixing their nanite clusters with the unborn Gek. The Gek didn't become good, they became, in part, Korvax. Their slaves altered the Gek brains, changing their nature. Duvign stares at me as if haunted. They say not to judge them, that this was their ancestors, that now they just want peaceful lives, to be happy. I turn to leave, thinking through what I've learned. The Gek released the Korvax because their biology was altered. There was no spiritual revelation, no grand redemption. It was simply an alteration to their genetic code. Thinking about not a simulation for Artemis, it was a false reality full of arbitrary, unseen rules. How is life any different? I could still smell Duvign's flatulence lingering, so hopping back into the ship, I quickly checked the rear view mirror, to find that I still had a damn milk mustache.